Hello and welcome to the Hard Questions. I'm Solomon Serwanja. We are getting deeper into elections and into our politics. We're all counting down to 2026. The Electoral Commission released the roadmap, so it's going to be politics largely. But amidst this time, there was a big directive that was given by the head of state, President Yoweri Museveni, and that is on a blue letter that is being circulated on social media with his signature, titled Directive on Legal and Administrative Processes and Procedures to be Followed in the Issuance of Identification Documents to Ugandan Citizens. This comes off the backdrop of the efforts that have been pushed forward by a number of different entities, especially the Abanyarwanda in Uganda. The Council for Abavandimwe met the president and had detailed discussion. This directive sets precedents on who is a citizen and what is the role of the Directorate of Immigration's Control and Citizenship. On this episode of the Hard Questions Show, I am happy to welcome back Frank Gashumba. Frank Gashumba, welcome to the show. Frank Gashumba is the chairperson of the Council for Abavandimwe and a businessman and entrepreneur. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you, Solomon.
Yeah. Well, let's get right into it. Firstly, I want to congratulate you on your wedding. We saw it. Welcome to the married group. I was so happy to see you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but I'm really happy for you. Congratulations.
Many friends are complaining that they were not invited to the event. You know, these local traditional events, the bride sets, how many guests they expect. And they told us they needed people who don't go beyond 50. Surprisingly, we were 120. And every friend that I meet on the streets of Kampala, Frank, why is it that you not invite me for Gusaba? It's not me who invites, it's the family. And it was purely a Banyarwanda cultural event.
I understand.
Yes.
All right, Frank, talking about Abanyarwanda, there have been several complaints that have come up on being confused that it's not Ugandans. There have been cases that have been reported to the president and to different authorities regarding people not being given passports and national IDs because they are not seen as Ugandans. Many have lost opportunities. Many they don't feel like Ugandan. They feel segregated. You've been at this for quite a while. And the president's letter and directives that came out recently speak loud about your effort. Talk to us about the process of getting here.
First and foremost, Banyarwanda are Ugandans like Baganda, like Bacholi, like Basoga, and the rest. 100%. I'll give you brief facts. The first census of Uganda that was conducted in 1911, Banyarwanda were counted as an indigenous community in Uganda. So we've been here for centuries. Actually, some of Banyarwanda, Uganda, found them here. The framers of the 1995 Constitution were very clear. They said to be a Ugandan, you must belong to the below listed indigenous communities that existed in Uganda before 2nd February 1926. These are Baganda, Bacholi, Balango, Atesots, Batoro, Banyoro. Banyarwanda are number 24, according to the Constitution of Uganda. Unfortunately, when a Munyarwanda born in Uganda, who has an attachment to a country called Rwanda, who has never stepped in Rwanda, when he applies for a passport, the questionnaire changes. Solomon Serwanja, you are Muganda, right?
Yes.
When a Muganda is applying for a passport, he's told Tambula ngo Muganda. Basically, briefly tell us who you are, your clan, blah, blah, blah. The schools you went through and the rest. And this Solomon is told to go to Chambuga and pick his passport a week after. But a Munyarwanda called Frank Gashumba, born in Villa Maria, Masaka district. My grandparents were buried in Masaka. My father was buried in Masaka. The questionnaire changes. They will tell you, bring us documents to prove that your grandparents existed in Uganda before 1926. It's impossible. Nobody can bring those documents. inclusive of the President of Uganda, the Prime Minister, the Speaker of Parliament, even the Vice President. That's where the contention was. And we had resorted to going to court. There is no office that we had not visited. We met the former Speaker, Jacob Olanya, may he so rest in eternal peace. We met with officials of Uganda Human Rights Commission, IGG, Equal Opportunities Commission, till when we met the Speaker of Parliament. And he tabled this matter on the floor of Parliament. Unfortunately, there was no breakthrough. Then we decided, you know what, we have to go to court so that we can seek court redress. Then we said, you know what, I think before we can go there, let's write to the President of Uganda. We wrote to him, telling him the injustices that are happening at the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Luckily enough, he replied to us that I'm willing to meet you people, hear from you. When we meet him in the State House in Entebbe, he listened to us for like 1 hour and a half, and he said, no. The issue for Banyarwanda was solved in the 1995 Constitution. Banyarwanda are citizens of Uganda. What's being done at the Ministry of Internal Affairs, it's malice, hate, and discrimination. And he promised us that he's going to solve it once for all. On January 23rd, 2025, he issued an executive order guiding officials of Ministry of Internal Affairs and NILA what they should do when someone applies for a passport. And he guided an applicant called Frank Gashumba when he is applying for a passport. Simple. Let him go to the area where he is from, let's say Villa Maria. Let the chairman LC1 confirm that Frank Gashumba is a son of so-and-so who happens to be a citizen of Uganda. Gashumba should take that letter to LC3 chairman, GISO, RDC, and DISO. That's what the president guided, and we were very grateful. From January up to June, they deliberately refused to implement the executive order. We had an option to write to him. I said, we wrote back to him saying, sir, much as you issued an executive order in January, they have refused to comply with the executive order.
So like you'd get all these requirements and
Yes.
take them
Yes.
to NIRA and to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Internal Affairs,
Yes.
and they rejected it.
Yes, they say, no, you are not a Ugandan. You have to naturalize, basically buy citizenship in Uganda. Someone they are telling to buy citizenship in Uganda, his grandparents participated in the 1962 general elections. He was here before the day Uganda got its independence. Solomon, it was unbelievable. And when you look at these young boys and young girls who are being denied passports, these are young boys who have graduated from Makerere. 4 years on the road, he has no job. Look at a young boy who has done engineering, who has done law from Makerere, and is willing to be an askari or a cleaner in Dubai. They have denied him a passport. There's another category of Ugandans, someone who has secured a fully paid for scholarship in Germany or Canada. He has been denied a passport. Then there's another category of Ugandans who's seeking for further medical treatment abroad, and they are denied passports. So we wrote back to the president of Uganda telling him, you know what, much as you issued an executive order, they have deliberately refused to implement it.
Yeah, and part of that executive order, by the way, sets precedents. And I have a copy here, and I just wanted to read one of the issues that I found very, very interesting. And it reads in part, the Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration Control should not confiscate or cancel national identity cards issued by NIRA without following the due process prescribed by the law. And it goes in part, it is not the mandate of the Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration Control to investigate citizenship by birth, and should there be a question about the veracity of the information provided by the applicant for the passport, who has indicated that they are citizens by birth, the Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration Control should refer the matter to NIRA in accordance with the process prescribed under the registrations of persons. So what the president here is trying to say is that if you have a national ID, present that national ID, that proves that you're Ugandan.
That's it.
And therefore you have to get a passport.
Let me tell you, it had gone beyond. We would receive 5-10 cases every day. A young boy boards a bus, he's going to Congo via Rwanda. His national ID is confiscated at Katuna. No reason given, that's your appearance, that you don't look to be a Ugandan. And it's confiscated. Surprisingly, the laws of Uganda are very clear. Even if someone is arrested and charged with murder, he has the right of fair hearing. They will not even give this person an opportunity to explain. They would just confiscate them. It was beyond. They had reached an extent, they would run into their database. If your name is Kaitare Peter, they would just delete your name from the system. You have the hard copy of the national ID, but when you go to the bank to withdraw money,
it's not in the system.
Yes. The arrogance, the impunity in this country is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Solomon, I repeat it, the arrogance, the impunity in this country. Look at a young boy. The only place he calls a home is Uganda. You've deactivated, you've removed him from the NILA system. He has some money on his account in the bank. What do you expect him to do? Those are the cases we are receiving day in, day out. And we had no option. The option was very simple. Go to court. And the president told us, you know what? No. This matter was resolved in the 1995 Constitution.
But Frank, why do you think officers are acting in this manner?
Two things.
What are their fears?
There are people that have hated Banyarwanda from day one. We know them. Then extortion. There are people I know who have paid between 2 to 7 million to secure a passport. Look at a young boy who has secured a fully paid for scholarship. And someone is telling him, if you can patch 5 million, we issue a passport. We have cases where people have been paying 7 million to secure a passport. The poor ones who cannot afford 2 million, who cannot afford 1 million, those are the ones who always bombard our offices. But finally, it has been solved now. And we are very grateful to the president of Uganda.
And the president was against dual citizenship with neighboring countries.
I think I support him.
Gashumba, do you have Rwandan citizenship as well?
I think you are insulting me. That's an insult over the highest
No, but
level.
there are people who have both. No, let's face it. There are people who have national IDs from Rwanda, but they also have national IDs from
Why
Uganda.
would I? I'm not a Rwandan. I'm a Ugandan 100%. I love Rwanda. I love President Kagame. I even have his portrait in my office, but I'm not a Rwandan. Solomon, I'm a Ugandan 100%. I visit Rwanda the way I visit Kenya or Tanzania. Let me even give you, this will shock you. When I bought a plane, land at Kanombe Airport, I'm received like any other foreigner. You tell them reasons why you are visiting Rwanda. For example, I'm in Rwanda to attend a wedding. How long are you going to stay here? 4 days. Where are you going to stay? Let's say Serena Hotel. Welcome to Rwanda. I'm welcome to Rwanda. And when I interface or interact with the Rwandans in Rwanda, they call me a Mugande or Mugande, a Ugandan. Because I don't belong to Rwanda. And when I fly back to Entebbe, they receive me as a Ugandan. Solomon, the way you are received at Entebbe Airport on the arrival is the same way. They can't even ask me where you're going because I know where I'm going. You get it? Why would I have a Rwandan national ID? For what? For what? I've never dreamt of having a Rwandan ID. I love Rwanda. I have many friends in Rwanda. Many friends. You do it. You know it. But I'm not one of them. I'm a Ugandan 100%. My grandparents migrated from Rwanda in 1922. My father was born from Uganda. My mom was born in Uganda. I was raised in Uganda. You get it? There's a big difference between Rwandans and Ugandans. You get it? The president was very clear on this on dual citizenship. Choose where you belong. Because it was really confusing. You cannot hold two IDs. And dual citizenship is the opposite of what you are trying to say. When you're applying for dual citizenship, there's a process you go through to apply. Yes. But the people he's talking about, they don't even fall in that category. You have a passport of Congo, you have a passport of Uganda, and a passport of Rwanda. It was very confusing. And it was very, what is your loyalty? If a war breaks up between Rwanda and Uganda, where do you belong? You get it. I'm a Ugandan 100%. But Frank, actually, let me even bring this more, let me throw more light on this. There are 3 categories of Banyarwanda in Uganda. Oh, there were 3 categories. The Banyarwanda, have you heard of the 1884-1885 Berlin Conference? that divided Africa. Some parts of Rwanda were put to Uganda. Some parts of Rwanda were put in Congo. Some parts were put in Tanzania. Those are Banyarwanda of Kisoro and Kabale. You get it? There's another group of Banyarwanda, the economic immigrants, who migrated from Rwanda purely for economic reasons. Those are our grandparents. They settled in Uganda. They are Ugandans 100%. I share the same DNA with the Banyarwanda and the Banyamulenge. But Banyamulenge are in Congo, Rwandans are in Rwanda. Then the last group is the group that comprises of General Rwigema and President Paul Kagame. That's the group that migrated from Rwanda purely as refugees. Because of the tensions between Hutus and Tutsis, they fled Rwanda and they lived in Uganda. And they knew that one day they would return to Rwanda. They were in Uganda as refugees. Gashumba, I've never been a refugee. I've never. My mother's never been a refugee in Uganda. We are indigenous Banyarwanda. That group that had fled Rwanda because of the war between Hutus and Tutsis, that's the group that formed the RPF.
Yeah, we know that. And then they went back.
And they went back.
Of course.
So all Banyarwanda that were in Uganda as refugees, they formed the core foundation of RPF and they went back to their country. You see the difference? That's the group that attacked Rwanda in 1990 and they took over power in 1994. Yes. So the Banyarwanda that stayed in Uganda are Ugandans like you. You get it? And those are the ones we fight for. Those are the ones Council for Abavandimwe is fighting for. We don't fight for the rights of Banyarwanda in Rwanda because we are not Rwandans.
But let's get deeper in this. One of the worries that has been going on within governments is let's go where people fear to go, and that's security and intelligence.
Thank you.
Intelligence between these two countries. Both of these people, both President Paul Kagame and President Yoweri Museveni, have a very strong intelligent network.
Yes.
And there are worries that because of this, there are people who could, be spying on Uganda and reporting back to Rwanda.
Spying on what?
Because I mean, these have come out several times. It's not new to you.
Can I tell you the truth for that? That's why the president is saying to wipe out such type of people. Let the local authorities take over the verification. You get it? Solomon, do I know where you hail from? No. Do you know where I hail from? No. If Solomon Kaitari is applying for a passport or a national ID, let him go where he hails from. Let the local authorities confirm that Solomon Kaitari is a son of blah, 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 blah. You get it? The moment intelligence gets information that Solomon holds two IDs, one of Rwanda and one of Uganda, let them investigate it. The moment they confirm, you must explain why you are holding two identifications. But these guys were doing the opposite. They would just confiscate your national ID based on your appearance and your name. You get it?
Frank Kagame, you're not Ugandan.
Yes. Oh, Mutoni, such names, Zimbabweans, you don't belong here. It had reached an extent, someone enters immigration for an interview, go back to Rwanda. This boy does not even know where Katuna is. His life is Uganda. You get it? We are saying, if you are suspicious of Solomon Kaitana or Kaitali, investigate him. The moment you confirm that he's holding two identities, let him explain to you how he ended up having these identities. But don't crucify innocent Banyarwanda of Uganda who have no attachment to a country called Rwanda in the name of, I hear, spies.
Okay.
It's not there.
Your fight has really set precedents through the president's directive, and he has clarified on a number of things.
Yes.
I mean, the same thing happened to the, in Kapchora area, there
border,
the
border communities.
Border communities.
Actually, this executive order, much as it's Council for Abavandimwe that fought for this executive order, it does not. We don't own it. This executive order does not even mention Banyarwanda.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Indigenous Ugandans. You get it?
Yeah.
indigenous Ugandans.
It sets precedents. But since the executive order by the president came out, have you seen any change?
Yes, now it has started. I'm very grateful to NIDA. NIDA has started implementing the executive order. We are very grateful to NIDA. They have started implementing it. We are receiving reports day in, day out. They have deactivated my ID. I have it now. I've just received a message to go and pick my national ID. But the moment they find out that you are holding two identities, forget. You will explain how you ended up getting two national IDs. We are very grateful to NIDA. They have started implementing it.
And
last week, we had a meeting with the General David Muhoozi, the State Minister for Internal Affairs. That meeting was attended by the PS, Minister of Internal Affairs, General Musanyufu, General Goa, Brigadier Namanya, and they assured us they are going to implement the executive order to the fullest. It's not about me. It's not about Banyarwanda. It's about a country called Uganda. You get it? And the president was very clear. It's very easy to find out who is a Ugandan and who's not a Ugandan. The moment they find out that you secured a national ID with forged documents, let them investigate you. The moment they confirm that you secured a national ID or a passport, there's a law. You get it? But don't simply assume. Don't judge people based on how they look. You get it? Minister of Internal Affairs had successfully become, I don't even know the words to use. Do you know what they would do? They would tell you to bring your grandparents who are 90 years. If you don't have them, they would tell you, go and take pictures on their graves. And how do you confirm that this grave belongs to my grandfather? You get it? And the Banyarwanda are not fighting for special rights, the right to be treated like any other Ugandan, period. Because we are hustlers.
Because they are.
Yes, and surprisingly, in the communities where we live like a family. We live like a family. Do you know that the
Banyarwanda in Nakasongola, in Wero, in
everywhere.
Diantonde,
There is no place we are like MTN and Airtel. We are everywhere. Everywhere. I'll give you an example. The 1949, 1959, 1969 census, in the entire country, Banyarwanda as a community ranked number 50th. Yes. In Buganda region, the number one tribe was Baganda. The second one was Banyarwanda. There is no family in Uganda here where there is no Banyarwanda. You get it? These are Ugandans. There's no place they call a home apart from Uganda. You get it? But finally, we are very grateful to the president of Uganda, and we are going to vote for him in 2026. Why are you laughing? How would we reward him?
You're going to vote for him.
Yes.
But it's, to be honest, I think that this is a fight that you've taken on head on. And despite all the hurdles, finally.
Solomon, if I can tell you what we've gone through, the insults, the abuses, it was unbelievable. They abused us from day one. Who is Gashumba to spearhead this? The intimidations, phone calls intimidating me. You won't survive this week. You won't survive the next month. You get it? But it's a calling. I don't hold any title in the government of Uganda. But Solomon, every time I would walk into my office, my boardroom is flooded with people. You pass through the reception, it's full. You go to the boardroom, it's full. Why are they there? I've been denied a passport. I've been denied a national ID. To the extent of them going to my mother in Masaka. My mother would call me. There are people here saying they have been denied passports and national IDs. You get it? I said, what do? We have an obligation to fight on the behalf of the poor, on the behalf of the needy. And surprisingly, nobody expected an executive order. Nobody. Museveni came in as a savior. As a savior. And the last meeting we had with him, he told us that initially he thought this was something minor. But when he interfaced with the victims, it was unbelievable. Young girls who have been on the streets of Kampala for 5 years with no job. She's willing to be a maid in Saudi Arabia, and she's denied a passport. A young boy who graduated from Makerere, he did engineering, there are no jobs in Uganda. He's willing to be an askari in Abu Dhabi, and you deny him a passport because of his appearance and his name. And sometimes I would ask myself, who gives you powers to determine who is a Ugandan? So those immigration officials had successfully become the constitution of Uganda. You get it?
I'm glad that you've started to see some change.
Trust me, I can
And-
afford it. By the way, now a day can even pass without receiving a phone call. Njibanyimi passport. I've been denied a passport. We are grateful to God and we are very grateful to President Museveni because he has solved this.
Okay, so let's go and speak a little bit about the differences that you have, you know, in within the Banyarwanda community. There are
Yes.
those that say you do not represent them. They are Banyarwanda. They are not abavandimwe. You came up with a new thing. For them in the constitution, they are Banyarwanda. You came up with abavandimwe. You even have the council for abavandimwe. You're trying to distort their origin.
Who are they?
And their roots.
Who are they anyway? Let me tell you, the group that you are talking about, I know it is called Omubani. It started in 1995. 30 years on the road, they have no single achievement. No single achievement. Council for Abavandimwe has been in existence for the last 5 years. We are the only Banyarwanda organization in Uganda that has a physical place of work, a physical address, where people come in with problems. Omubani is a briefcase organization. If you want them, you can meet them at church in the parking yard. You get it? Council for Abavandimwe, the organization that I lead, we are the only Banyarwanda association in Uganda that has a syndicated radio show every Sunday on Radio 4, Radio 7, and Radio 8, and it covers the entire country called Uganda. You get it? Council for Abavandimwe, the organization that I lead, is the first organization of Banyarwanda that made sure that the injustices committed against Banyarwanda are tabled on the floor of Parliament of Uganda. Even if I died tomorrow, 4,000 years from today, the Hansard of Uganda, it's there. Finally, Council for Abavandimwe, the organization that I lead through actual practical activism. The president of Uganda picked interest in injustices committed against Banyarwanda. So what are they talking about? It's not about the names, but what can you do? It's not the color of the cat, but can it do the work it's supposed to do?
But isn't it your responsibility to call for, unity and peace?
We've tried, my brother, we've tried, but the objectives are totally the opposite. Let me tell you, you know Malcolm X? I will quote him. There's what he was calling the house nigger and the farm nigger. A farm nigger was a slave who was living in the master's main house. He would eat each and everything that his master eats. When his master fell sick, this nigger would even ask him, "Sir, should I also go to the hospital? Should I also take medication?" There's a group of Banyarwanda, the privileged Banyarwanda, who don't care about the poor. Gashumba does not belong to the house niggers. I belong to the farm nigger. Can I give you the practical experience? The Banyarwanda who are privileged, who are ministers. Richard Butera, he's a Munyarwanda, the former Deputy Chief Justice. Have you heard him talk about the injustices in Uganda? Don't you hear Owinyi Dolo speaking on the behalf of the Achoris? Have you ever heard of Richard Butera? Because he belongs to the elite class, the house niggers. Gashumba belongs to the farm niggers, people who have no connections in the government. Can you deny Justice Butera's grandson a passport? You can't. You get it? Council for Abavandimwe represents the farm niggers, the downtrodden Banyarwanda. Those are the ones we speak for. Actually, in one of the meetings, President Museveni, I remember him asking, "But I have many of your people in my government. Why is it that it's new that I'm getting this information?" You get it? Those are the people fighting Gashumba. You get it? You cannot tell me you've been leading an organization for 30 years and you don't have a physical place of work. Where do these people find you?
And they're actually there. There's so many people in government offices.
Many, I know them.
Who are Banyarwanda in the forces.
Yes, they are silent. We even have ministers. Surprisingly, people who will update me in the cabinet, what has happened in the cabinet, they are not Banyarwanda. But they feel the injustices committed against Banyarwanda. You get it? So, by the way, what do I benefit from helping Banyarwanda? I don't know how much money I've spent in this. I don't know. You find an old woman, she has traveled from Nakasongola, she has not had lunch, she has no transport taking her back. You'll give her lunch and you give her transport to take her back. You get it? We have a full-time lawyer. A full-time lawyer. Who pays for those bills? It's me and the founders. We are like 7 who founded Council for Abavandimwe. That includes Dr. Lawrence Muganga. You know Muganga?
I know him.
Muganga. If there's anyone who has done covert work for Council for Abavandimwe, it's Muganga.
But Muganga was arrested
Yes.
some time back.
You get it?
By intelligence.
Yes. That he was not a Ugandan. Muganga. He was born in Seta here. There are guys like Ngarambe. They have done a good job. Many. There is a major Nyandwi. The guy rides a motorcycle from Chankwanzi to Kampala if we have a meeting. There's a guy called Bahati. There is Rogers Buregeya. There is Intale. There is Kabagambe. Many. You get it? Because we have an obligation to leave a better Uganda for our children. My father first secured his passport in 1974. He was issued a driver's license in 1969. And you are saying Gashumba is not a Ugandan. Who are you to determine who is a Ugandan? Who gives you those powers? So it was about we are fighting for the right to be treated like any other Ugandan. And finally, God heard our prayers. We are very grateful to God. We are very grateful to President Museveni. The
president, I think, quickly nipped in the bud this problem because he clearly followed the conversations that are in between Rwanda and the DRC on the Banyamulenge there and the whole fighting. You know, M23 coming into force. I think he gave a clear thought process around it that those people are Congolese. And therefore they should be given.
And who are the Gashumbas? We are Ugandans. We don't need special favors from government. I pay taxes the way you pay taxes. You get it? Banyarwanda don't need special favors. But the right, let me tell you, when someone denies you a national ID, he has economically crippled you. You can't open up an account in the bank. You can't buy land and transfer it into your name. You can't buy a car and transfer it into your name. Everything. When someone denies you a passport, meaning you want to go for international conferences. There is a case that really shocked me. This guy has been holding 10 passports, previous passports. When they changed them to the new ones, he went to apply for the new one. He was denied the passport, that you are not a Ugandan. Those injustices. Trust me, you've brought it very well. Museveni, I think he predicted, if this matter is not solved, you may see M23 in Uganda. How can you deny me a passport, a national ID? Who are you? What makes you so special? You find a small technocrat at Ministry of Internal Affairs, a small technocrat, and he determines who is a Ugandan. That you resemble people from across. Jesus. Because they don't read, they don't know the history of Uganda. Our fight was about our rights. Nothing beyond that. And we are comfortable now.
Frank, speaking about you saying you're going to support the president as we get into elections as a reward for his efforts.
We have started.
Let's talk about the politics here. The Office of the National Chairperson has been complaining, the lady, Hadija Namialo, from the Office of the National Chairperson of the NRM, which is responsible for mobilizing the electorate to support President Museveni's bid in the next elections, has come out to criticize you for being failure for accountability and for, he went all over social media complaining that you took money and you did not deliver, you did not account for it. There's a lot of mess that was going on. So I would love to give this opportunity for you to explain to us what really is fueling this feud between you and the Office of the National Chairperson of the NRM, whose party you are supporting and whose presidency you are actually going to push for.
I'm a businessman. I run a brands company. I was approached by her. She wanted a slogan to use for 2026. It's me, seated in front of you, who came up with this slogan. It's me who put up systems for that office. The swap deal was that she will give me branding rights for that company, for that organization. We worked for like 2 years where everything was okay. All of a sudden she changes. She was giving my business to other people. That's where the disagreement started from. You get it? I complained to her superiors. I had stocked t-shirts worth over 1.2 billion. Moreover, in yellow, where do you sell them? My right to complain. I wrote to the president of Uganda. I went to URSB, and they listened to me. That's where this agreement started from. You get it? I've seen her on the social media all over. She's not complaining that I did not deliver. First of all, she's saying that she gave me 500 million. How? How? You get it? My disagreement with her was very simple. I came up with this brand. Terms and conditions were that it's a swap deal. Did she pay for that brand? No. You get it? Please, don't spoil my evening.
Because you see, the thing is, you're mixing up things here.
Yeah.
The lady's
It's
saying,
you mixing up things.
The lady's saying you took money from the NRM, and different people are signing for that money, and she presented evidence.
Solomon, you don't know where this started from. The arguments that you are bringing out, she wanted to prove. I've not heard her say that you had disappeared with company funds. Have you had such allegations? No. Can Gashumba disappear with company funds? I'm all over Kampala. Her argument was that she supported me, but it's me who supported her. You get it? Let me tell you. I have brands that I've put up myself. Solomon, do you have a brand?
The brand Solomon Serwanja is a brand.
Only Solomon Serwanja. Let me show you the brands I've put up myself. Have you heard of a young girl called Aisha Nabukere? Who put up that brand?
It is your effort.
Have you heard of a word called Sisimuka Uganda?
Yes, sir.
Who put up that brand? Now you're hearing about Vandimo, it's everywhere. Who is behind those brands? Finally, have you heard of a brand called Ishila Gashumba?
I have.
Who is behind them? Let Namiaro tell you one brand of hers. Simple. We have the brains. Unfortunately, sometimes we are not hired directly. Sometimes I go into these offices and ask, how did these people end up getting these jobs? I've told you 4. Recently, I started a radio show. The program is called Yentuga. It's a must listen in every Monday. It's called intellectual property. In the developed world, they value it a lot. You cannot come up with an idea and someone snatches it from you. You got it. I was fighting for what belongs to me.
You put up this slogan, gave it to her, and she didn't pay you back.
No, the issue was not her to pay me. It was a swap deal. I come up with a slogan. She will give me the exclusive branding rights.
Oh, for the 1.2 billion shillings that you spent on t-shirts.
Yes. And she changed. And she was giving business to other people. Look at yourself. You've secured a loan worth 1.2 billion. You've invested in t-shirts and someone changes. These are t-shirts in yellow. And I have to tell you this, that finally the president of Uganda came in and rescued me. You get it? You must fight for what belongs to you. I've told you, I'm not a politician. I'm not a politician. I'm not a pastor. But if we went on the streets of Kampala, 9 out of 10 Ugandans we meet, they know me. Sheila, she's all over the world making money. You get it? Who put up that brand? It's me. You get it? Unfortunately, in Uganda, there are things you guys don't value. Tova kumein. It's a slogan for NRM. I was not paid a penny. It was a swap deal. Come up with this slogan, anything to do with branding. It was me putting up all those big billboards in Kampala for her office. Then all of a sudden, I see these billboards in Kampala. And the question was, what happened? That I hear Mosei told me I should also give other people business. You get it? And by the way, the 500 million she's talking about, I don't even know it. You get it? These offices are not theirs. She's not Sri Ruparelia or Wavamuno. She's just a staff. A staff. When someone says, I gave you my money, where do you work? What do you own? I heard her even saying that Gashumba was broke. Me, my brother, I've lived a comfortable life. The first time I drove into her office in Chambogo, I was driving a car worth 280 million. You get it? So don't undermine people. I'm not an ordinary person you can just play around with. I was fighting for what belongs to me. Now, if NRM does not buy those yellow t-shirts, where do you take them? Tell me. No, they're different, by the way. MTN yellow is different from NRM yellow. Because, Solomon, you are not in branding, you don't know that. I can say this is MTN yellow and this is NRM yellow. You get it? So I was fighting for what belongs to me. You get it? So she accepted. By the way, when she started behaving in such a weird manner, I approached Captain Mike Mukura because he's the vice chairperson in NRM. If there are mistakes I did, I was willing to apologize. I went to Moses Chigongo so that they can reconcile us. She was a roof, she was everything. I said, okay, fine. God that has always been there for us, trust me, he'll bail me out. Now those t-shirts are done now. You get it? Branding materials worth 1.2 billion. How many Ugandans have ever touched $1 billion? I bet my hand we are seated on this building. If you mounted a roadblock there and told the Ugandans, anyone that produces 5 million takes this building, how many can produce 5 million? But because you guys in the media, Solomon, let me even leave you.
Okay.
I'm
really glad that you've spoken about this issue because
I was
it
advised.
Sort of clears the air.
Solomon, I was advised to keep quiet. Your problem was solved. You were all over because of the t-shirts you have in stock. You get it? I worked for my sweat. You get it? At the international level, do you know you can come up with a brand and you'll be paid forever?
Yeah, of course, if there is intellectual property,
you
copyright and
yes,
patents and.
I've given you 4 brands. There is one I can't mention here. It was me behind it, and it paralyzed the Kampala. Okay. Standby generator. Who is behind it? It was me. Someone is seated in front of you. You know General MK. If there is anybody in Uganda who worked 24 hours for General MK, it was me. Who put up MK as one ex-president? It's me seated in front of you. Go into Google and punch it in. Did you hear me complain with General MK? No. You get it? You think it was easy branding General MK for the entire country? So you want someone to stand up tomorrow and say, Gashumba's done nothing for General MK. My God, we don't need holes to go and dig. There are things we can do using our minds. MK is our next president. Standby generator. It's me. That's the 5th brand. There's one I can't tell you. Because I was paid and I was told to keep quiet forever. You get it? So that's why the disagreement. I have no quarrels with Namiaro. No. Let her run her office. A simple question. Ever since we parted, let her tell me one brand she has come up with or one serious project. I just see her on TikTok. That's her life. That's her life. But there is no way you can harvest from my sweat. That's impossible.
Wow. We're going into elections and you're a member of PLU. Where are you in terms of political mobilization?
We have instructions from our chairman, General MK, to support President Yoweri Museveni. Initially, we thought that General MK would stand in the 2026 general elections, and he guided us last year. That is not standing.
Were you disappointed?
I was. We wanted the General MK to take over badly. Unfortunately, he gave us guidelines. So we follow his instructions. And as Council for Abavandimwe, the Banyarwanda community in Uganda, we are going to support President Yoweri Museveni. People vote for interests, isn't it? You know it very well. Yeah. We are voting for him. And we are the biggest majority in the country.
But this is the same PLU that discredited the NRM as a corrupt party, as a party that it was time for young people to go and take over the old people.
General MK guided us to support General Yoweri Museveni. There's a big difference.
Who is the national chairman and founder of the National Resistance
Movement? And
all
our energy, 24 hours, starting by August, it's going to be General Yoweri Museveni.
Not the NRM.
I'm supporting General Yoweri Museveni. Unless when President Museveni requests me to support NRM, that's different. But the instructions I have is to support General Yoweri Museveni. By the way, as Council for Abavandimwe, as Banyarwanda in Uganda, we are rewarding him. You get it? Simple. Actually, even if General MK does not give me instructions, we are going to support him. You get it? That one is not subject to debate. And this is an humble appeal to all of you of animal across the country. The only person that understands us is General Yoweri Museveni. You get it? No debates, nothing. It's done. And by the way, we can determine who becomes the president of Uganda, if you don't know. We are the biggest majority.
Frank Gashumba, did you raise this issue to the opposition politicians in Uganda, like Robert Chagulanyi, who is the political head of the National Unity Platform? The issue of Avava and Dimwe, did you raise it to...
We raised it.
Did you raise it to the leader of opposition?
Yes.
Joel Senyonyi?
No, to Mpuga. I have even the documents. I can even send you a copy. We actually met Mpuga about the same issue, and he wondered that even in Masaka, where he hails from, he grew up seeing Banyarwanda. And I remember one day he told us that those who are telling you to bring documents of 1926, get them produced theirs first. So we met with the Honorable Mpuga when he was still the leader of opposition. There is no office we've not been to regarding the right to live like any other Ugandan.
Including the office of the National Unity Platform.
No, I cannot interact with Chagulanyi on such serious matters. No, please don't spoil my day. Please, no. Serious matters must be discussed by serious people. You get it? Not me.
Frank Gashumba, as we close the show, where do we go from here?
We are going
in
home.
Terms of where do we go from here in terms of the Abanyarwanda in Uganda, their mobilization, their struggles?
Let me tell you, first of all, we should live in Uganda like Ugandans. We have the Kabaka of Uganda. Ronald Muwenda Mutebi is the Kabaka of Uganda. We have King Oyo for Batoro. We have Gafa Busa for Banyoro. We have like 5 other kings. They all carry a passport of the Republic of Uganda. We should stop looking at ourselves based on our ethnic lineage. We should start looking at ourselves that we are all Ugandan. Solomon, you've traveled to Europe or US or Canada, right?
Yes, I have.
Good. Do those Bazungus distinguish that you are from Africa or Ghana? They look at us like Africans, right? Can they ever know that, Solomon, you are from Buganda clan?
No. They will know us by our passports.
No, they can't.
That you're Ugandan.
You're Ugandan.
Yeah.
But what I mean on the streets of New York or London, they can't. So the message in it is very simple. We are all Ugandans. We should look at ourselves like Ugandans. How can we uplift each other? And surprisingly, in communities where we live, we still live like Ugandans. I've not seen that discrimination, hate in areas where we hail from. It has been in the Ministry of Internal Affairs. So the message is very simple. Let's start looking at ourselves like Ugandans first. Then from Ugandans to Africans first. When I travel to Australia, when I travel to Germany, residents of Germany won't even know that Frank Gashumba is from Uganda. They will just look at a black man, or by he's from Angola, or Lesotho, or Ghana. It disturbs my mind that up to today, we still look at ourselves based on where we hail from. I'll give you an example. The Constitution of Uganda, up to today, I still wonder why they even mention the tribes. It should be optional. If you're applying for a passport or national ID, it should be optional. It should not be a must. Solomon, if you went to police to report a crime, do you know they will ask for your name, date of birth, your physical place of work, and where you stay? And finally, your tribe. Why?
I was in a hospital where I really was mad that they were asking me about my tribe.
In a hospital?
In a hospital.
In Uganda?
Yeah. I was mad.
You are boiling.
I was like, you're asking me my tribe?
Mm-hmm.
What is this supposed to do with
what
my health condition? I was like, no, I'll not say
And
that.
again, if you appear before a magistrate judge tomorrow, they will do the same. Solomon Serwanja, aged 39, Muganda by tribe. How does it relate to our lives?
Identification, perhaps.
Personally, all the people I hire, the people I work with, I don't recall ever hiring anyone based on their ethnic background. I hire people based on merit, period.
Same here.
Unfortunately, when I see people judging Ugandans based on where they hail from, we have a long way to go. Actually, it's ignorant societies that profile tribes.
Okay. Frank, what a way to end this show. Thank you very much for sparing some time with us. We really
You
appreciate
look good.
you.
You look better. You're in
Thank
shape.
you. Thank you very much. And I think I need to say this. I think I commend your effort
Thank you.
and the effort of the...
Do you appreciate what we do?
Yeah, I do. Because the reason is because you've been fighting for this for quite a while.
You're sure you do?
Yeah, I do, because look, you've been at this for all this time, and eventually you've got the attention, and things are changing for the betterment of...
If you do, please help me and vote for President Museveni in 2026.
Well, I'm a journalist, so...
You mean you won't
I will vote, but
Please.
it's a secret ballot, right?
Please reward him.
It's a
If
secret,
you are grateful to
it's
what we've done for our Banyarwanda community, please.
it's a secret ballot. Frank Gashumba, thank you. I've been speaking to Frank Gashumba, who is the chairperson of the Council of Abavandimwe, really speaking to us about the president's directive. Of course, it came after they put in a lot of effort to fight for what rightfully belongs to them, because they are but just us. They're Ugandans. I'm Solomon Serwanja. Thanks for watching. This is The Hard Questions.